Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our Saturday yoga class. I have returned to my parents' house. They are doing a lot of things on the house, like in my mom's bedroom, like half the ceiling is coming down, but like it's all part of the process. I don't know. So we are in this room today because it like gives the illusion that the house isn't like missing several walls and that there's like tables and surfaces and chairs. Unlike the room I usually do it in. So hopefully this is kind of nice for our class today. So today's focus is actually kind of fun because we're focusing on balance. Now, of course, you can be balanced internally, how your body's balancing. And I tend to find that when I am I tend to run a little high stress. My balance poses and postures and yoga and dance and in life aren't spot on. And it's always like a kind of reflexive moment where I'm like, oh, maybe if I kind of like calm down, or maybe if I took a breath. And sometimes that actually does help to kind of focus what's inside, and then the outside kind of follows suit. So today we're going to be doing a lot of activities that one of my siblings just scampered up the stairs. It was funny. We're going to be doing a lot of activities that challenge us with our balance, but also balance. And this is like a theme throughout our practice. Balance is really a great opportunity for play. So, and by play, I mean like genuinely like play with it, like try to have a little bit of fun, laugh at yourself. Yesterday I took a yoga class and like, LOL if I didn't laugh at myself. I like fell into another like person. It was like my first live yoga class and like only other person there I almost like crashed into. So you kind of have to laugh these things off and then get right back on and try again and make adjustments. And so this is going to be a class of making small adjustments, seeing how we feel, and most of all, not being discouraged by it, but feeling smooth about it, a little bit of equanimity, just like letting that be a part of the experience. Enough introduction. Let's get going. So if you'd like to play the yoga playlist that I sent for music, feel free. We are going to start today on our backs. So before you lie down, let's just put the soles of our feet together. If you'd like to cushion under your knees for a little support, that's really nice. Staying in this bound ankle pose for a long time, it can feel intense, even if it's part of your practice. So take whatever you need. If you need to extend your legs long, do it. So we're going to roll onto our backs, and you can either have your hands on your legs, you can have a hand on your heart or your belly. Nose is pointed up, shoulder blades against the earth, and just take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose again. Begin to deliberately slow down the breath. And just slow down your experience here. Maybe your eyes come to close and you just tune in for a couple moments to the art of slowing down. Maybe you hear your breath as a reminder that it's nice and steady. Let's take a couple moments here, just lengthening out each inhale and especially the exhale as you relax into the floor, feeling supported. Let's take one more breath. And on the exhale, open your eyes, and you're going to take one leg and just stack it over the other and roll over onto one side to bring your body up. From here, we're going to go right into our cat and cow. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever you prefer. And inhale, let the belly drop. Feel the shoulders come together, gaze lift. Exhale, push it all away. Gaze between your knees or at your belly button. And notice how you've been doing these, maybe even with me for a long time. Maybe it's your first time doing a cat and cow. If you have been doing it for a while, try to find something new here. Pay attention to a different part of your body or how the breath hits maybe a little differently. Make the experience a little nuanced. And if you want, you can bring in Some more three-dimensional movement. You can go side to side with those hips. Oh, get that crack out of the way. Yeah. Good, you can tuck your toes and send the hips back. All right, just kind of stretching out, you know, like a cat waking up in the morning, or, I mean, they sleep all day, but when they do wake up and they kind of just stretch it all out, like that's you. That is you. That is us, the cats. Actually, just got a tarot card deck that I don't know how to read, but it's called Tarot of the Cat People. And it comes with like a little science fiction story about these cat people, and they worship cats and they act like cats, and it's like this whole planet, but it also seems amazing. And I was like, I would like to be a cat person. Anyway, we're gonna walk our hands forward about a palm print, tuck our toes, and take a deep breath here. Just to prepare. And on the exhale, send those hips up into the sky. And right away, you can begin to bring some movements in that feel good for your body, like walking up those feet one by one, pressing the heel towards the ground with one foot, and then pressing it other. Knees can stay bent if you like. It's, you know, our first downward dog, so feel the stretch. And just plant, especially index knuckle and thumb knuckle. Take a deep breath here. And in the inhale, almost feel your hips lifting. And then exhale, settle. Deep exhale. Inhale again, lifting with that inhale. And exhale. Final inhale, come to the balls of your feet, kind of like a tippy toe. And then exhale, press those heels back down. Well done. You're gonna walk your hands to your feet, nice and slow. Shake anything out and just hang for a moment. My shirt wants to hang as well. If you'd like to rock side to side, reach opposite elbows. Just let your head be heavy. Take your time. Bend the knee, then the other knee. And then we're going to release the hands. Deep bend in the knees. Begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time, rooting through the feet. And at the top, roll back those shoulders a couple times. Really emphasize that downward motion of the shoulders. Palms come facing forward. Eyes can close. And just breathe into this mountain pose. Feel the stability here. Tap into a sense of rooting, or maybe a sense of unflappability. Things come and go, but you're steady here. Excellent. And then we're gonna flow a little. So open your eyes, bend your knees, reach those arms up, nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Nice and easy, like you're going through buttock. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's take a moment here. Shoulder blades come towards each other. Crown of the head is shining brightly out. This clock. Exhale, forward fold. Let's take one more halfway lift. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can be at shins. Some people like to keep a bend in their knees and have hands on blocks or the floor. I actually really like this. I just don't do it that much. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to gaze forward. Bend your knees a little. Trying to keep that length in the spine, and just walk those hands forward like you're a bear. And come into a high plank just for a moment. Feel really powerful here. And then the low plank. Shift the heart forward. Press chest down. And then move through either a cobra or an upward dog. Sending those shoulders back and down. And then exhale, lifting up. Downward facing dog. Yay! We did it. Take a breath in this downward dog. And let it out. Next, we're going to inhale the right heel. You can go as high as you want. You're not trying to open the hips. Just trying to keep them square, so your leg may not go that high. And then exhale, shift forward in this three-legged dog. Woo, how elegant. Don't we look nice? And then send that knee towards our nose. Step it between. Lower the back knee. Excellent. Take a moment to press your body up. Now, if you notice, I have a 90 degree in my front leg, but a bigger angle in my back leg. I don't know, like 100 something. I'm going to actually send my hips back so that both legs have a 90 degree, a right angle. So I'm like very square. Everything is aligned. I'm going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, right leg in front. We're going to twist to the right. Open your arms. Inhale, come on back. Exhale, you can tuck or untuck the toes here. We're gonna open. Well, I always call it like the open face sandwich, but what it is a kneeling downward, kneeling warrior two. So let's take our warrior two, gaze over the front fingers. Feel into the fundamentals of this posture. We are kind of build up into a standing version. Good, take a breath. Exhale, forearm to front leg. Just lift, or you can even have it slide down the shin. Sometimes it's a little compact here, a little crowded. Lift the left arm high. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. I like to place my hand at my hip here, just to give me a little something to reverse onto. And then inhale, warrior two. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, uplift the arms and the energy. What is all this noise? I don't even know. Family. And then exhale, frame the front foot. We're gonna tuck the back toes and then just carefully send, you can make little adjustments, but send yourself into a half split. So you're straightening through the front leg. Keep a micro bend though. Flexing that toe towards your face. Good. Here is a little strength challenge if you'd like to take it. You're gonna plant your hands on either side of that leg. And you're gonna kind of lift the back knee up to hover over the ground and play with how much pressure you put in your hands and how much you keep in that back toe. Really feeling it in the back quad. Take a breath and then exhale. Oh gosh, lower down. Lunge forward, plant your hands, lift the back leg, step the front leg back, and find your chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. And then make your way into your downward dog. Let's take a breath. Next, inhale, lifting the left heel in the sky. Exhale, shifting forward, shoulders over wrists, and then bringing that knee towards your nose and maybe stepping it through. I'm gonna lower my back knee, walk my body up, roll back my shoulders. Good, and here's where I'm gonna make an adjustment, setting my hips back so both legs are at a 90-degree. Inhale, arms up. Left leg is in front. Exhale, turn to the left side. Nice little twist. Pies in each hand. Oh, kitty. If I had one of my cats in each hand, they would be very low. My cat is enormous. Inhale, arms up. And we're gonna do warrior two on the other side. Gaze over the left fingers. Take a breath, feel strong. It's okay, our doorbell's ringing. There's a lot of life in this house. Exhale, come into this modified extended angle. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right hand comes to hip. Reverse, just gently reverse that warrior. Side stretch. Inhale, arms up, warrior two. Exhale, come on back, face, body faces the front. Oh, dog. One more breath here. Exhale, send those hands down. You might need to walk your toe forward a little bit here so we can send our hips back into a half split. You can keep a nice bend in the front leg. Arms can be forward, they can be right here. Just take a moment, try your best to relax into wherever you are here. And then I'm gonna tuck my back toes, and if you wanna do a little strength challenge, press into those hands, lift the back knee off the ground a little bit, try to keep in line with your breath. Pressing the front toes towards your nose, and exhale, lower that knee, pressing through that lunge again, well done. Plant those hands, step the front leg back to meet the back leg, and chaturanga. And we'll meet in our downward facing dog. From here, take a deep breath. And at the bottom of the next exhale, gaze forward. And bend your knees, walk, step, or hop, or float, or glide to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend those knees, rise up to the sky. Exhale, palms come together, hands come to heart center. Roll back the shoulders. Just take stock for a second. Let the blood return to where it wants to flow. I mean, the blood's gonna do that anyway. You can't really stop it, I don't think. And let's flow again. arms and up. Reach to the sky. Really feel like I'm pulling, like you can't really see my hands, but I'm kind of like reaching up to the heavens. And then send your heart down. Forward fold. Can we loosen up that neck even more? So the head is just heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, whichever version you like. Exhale, fold. Inhale to plant your legs, step, hop, or whatever version you like to get your legs back into a high plank. And move through a chaturanga. Knees can always come down, just depending on my mood and how my body's feeling. Usually Saturday I keep my knees up because I have like some energy, but it's not always the case. One breath here, a full breath, full inhale and full exhale. Inhale, right heel up. Just like before, shifting forward, knee towards nose, step in between. This time, if you're able and willing, keep the back knee up. Try to send that heart forward. Having blocks on your hands can be really helpful for sending that heart up. When you're ready, lift those hands up in the sky, shoulders back. Gaze, it's not at the ceiling, but you're not looking exactly straight either. Look slightly up, like you're looking up a cliff face. Square those hips by sending the left hip forward, right hip back. 2 more cycles of breath. Squeezing those legs towards each other, back heel pressing towards the back wall. The end of your next exhale, just take a final inhale to reach. Exhale, plant those hands. Well done. Step it back. Knees can be up or down, chaturanga. Whew. When we meet in downward dog, let's take 3 full cycles of breath, just on your own. Let the breath be deep. Let it help slow down your heart rate. And at the bottom of that last exhale, lifting the left heel up. You know where we're going. Shifting over those hands and footsteps in between. Excellent. You always have the option to drop your knee. If you're keeping it up, just model me. Squeezing those legs together, lifting those arms up for a nice little hold, little balance here. Good. Heart is lifted, chin is lifted, gaze is lifted. Shoulders are down. 1 more cycle of breath. Exhale, plant those hands, step it back, chaturanga. This time, instead of meeting in downward, just drop the knees, send the hips back, child's pose. From child's pose, just take a moment, lift the hips, and you're going to extend your left leg out. And then send the hips back again. The foot doesn't have to do anything in particular. Inhale to switch the legs. I'm going to get further away from the wall. Kitty. Extend the right leg. You can never see the cat. He's literally right in front of the camera, though. You all probably think I'm like making up the cat. Extend the right leg. Send the hips back. Get a little stretch on this side. Kitty, show yourself to the fans. And then carefully, you can use your hands. I do because my knees always hurt. Help those hips back up. Plant those knees underneath hips in a tabletop. Then we're going to walk those palms forward, tuck those knees, send it on back. Well done. We're moving into what it's a flow variation that I really love. It's a nice balance, kind of core engaging flow. You can try to have fun here. Take a deep breath. Let it fully exhale, emptying out the lungs. Gonna inhale, right heel up. Exhale, shift forward. Send that knee towards your nose and step in between. So you have your right leg in front. I'm gonna drop my left leg and just take a moment to send my body upright, square the hips. From here, same thing as before, we're gonna send the hips back, make the knees both at a vertical right angle. Hands can be at your hips or they can be above your head. You can play with both. You're gonna take a deep breath here. On the exhale, transfer your weight to the front leg. Send that high knee forward. So back leg comes up. And then on your next breath, send it back down. Inhale up. Woo. Exhale down. You can have your arms up if you'd like. Let's move in this flow together. On each breath, bring in a movement. Two more from wherever you're at. And when you're ready, let's meet in this nice lunge. Lower the arms. We're gonna walk the toes forward as we send those hips back out to the front of the mat. Plant your hands, tuck the back toe and lift the back heel. From here, walk your torso up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right arm is gonna drop. Maybe you can reach the back of your left leg. Find a twist. Reach into it, either up or up and back. Good, inhale to unwind, come back to center. Exhale, plant those hands, yes. Step it back, find your chaturanga. You can always skip a chaturanga and just meet in downward facing dog. That's always an option, even in person classes. Sometimes I just don't do the push-up. Let's take a breath. Now that we know where we're going, how might this side be any different? I'm gonna adjust a minute. Let's take a deep breath in together. So empty it all out. And then deep breath in through your nose. And blow it out with some energy. Really blow between your toes. And let the breath come back to normal. Inhale, left heel up. Exhale to shift forward. Gaze follows the shifting. Knee towards nose, steps in between. Exhale, lower the back knee. Come on up. Send the hips back. Right angles on both legs. Hands can be hips or above past your ears. Exhale on the bottom. Inhale to lift. So this is your right leg now. Exhale, bottom. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Go ahead, play with this for a while. Good, and take two more wherever you are. Good, feeling still always uplifted in that torso, no matter which shape you're in. Woo, and then send it back down. Hands come to your hips. Take a breath. Wiggle those toes forward. The left foot comes forward a little bit so that when you set your hands down, your hips can come forward a little bit as well. Tuck the back toes, lift the back leg. Find your stability here, your balance, and rise on up. Whew. Square the hips to the front. Inhale, arms up. Find this posture before you move. Find where you're starting and where you're moving to. Begin to drop the left arm back. Maybe it comes to your hip. Maybe it comes against the back of your right leg. Almost knocked over the little candle things. Good, I like to look down at the floor. It's like it's very like angles. You can also look up. This kind of feels a little more yoga-y, up to the skies. Feel the twist, and then inhale, release. Come back to center. Exhale, plant the hands, relieve the legs. Take a moment, put the weight in your palms, and then send the front foot back. Optional chaturanga. Whew. And then find yourself into your downward facing dog. We're almost to the ground, my friends. One final flow. Again, variations are very similar to what we've been doing. Gonna inhale, right leg high. Take a deep breath, really feel the breath here. Exhale, shift forward, send that leg forward. You're in this runner's lunge. Send the body, runner's lunge. Keep your fingers on the ground. From here, move into your warrior three. So heart is open, Begin to transfer the weight into the front foot. Some of you have been practicing this as we've been going through the weeks. Otherwise, just begin. So go there if you haven't. Otherwise, begin to step your back leg forward a little bit. And you lift the back leg off the ground, maybe a little bit, maybe a lot. Hands can go wherever feels good. I'm just attempting to bring mine to prayer. You can have airplane wings. You can have Superman arms. And just play here. Feel the core, the belly button pressing towards the spine. Always know if you get out, just get yourself back in. One more full cycle of breath. And then exhale, plant the hands, bend the knees, send the back leg back. Whew. Now we're gonna rotate the back foot so the toes are facing out and windmill those arms up, warrior two. Hey, take a moment to find your position here. Front foot bisects the back, knee isn't forward or backward, it's directly over that second toe. Body is upright, gaze over the middle finger of the right hand. Take a deep breath. Let it out and settle. Find your, the sort of power here. The power in being stable, unflappable, and just smooth to whatever's coming your way. Excellent. One more breath in, and then exhale. Nice little side angle. Right arm can come to thigh, or you can extend it down, past your ankle. Inhale to come up. Find the warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Hand can come to hip as well, or down the back of your leg. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to settle. Maybe the hips come a little lower. One final breath in. And then the exhale, windmills your arms down. Rotate the back foot so you're in that lunge again. Step it back. Optional chaturanga. To rinse it all out. Good, and we will meet in downward facing dog. Take 3 cycles of breath here. Walk it out, take a sip of water. Just reset here for your final side. If you want to set an intention for the final standing sequence of the day. Yeah, let's do it, that's great. Now's a good time. And I encourage you on this side to really pay more attention to the breath, because the breath will help with the balance. It will help with the strength. It'll help kind of mentally help your body get there as well. Let's take one final breath here, and then exhale. The bottom of your next exhale, begin to lift the left foot, shift it forward, step it in between. Ooh. High lunge. Here we're going to keep our hands on the ground or blocks. Always blocks are great. Then you're going to move into your warrior three. So think of where maybe you want to play with your arms before you get started. You can begin to send the weight to your front leg. Flexing through the back leg. The back toes are directed towards the ground, so they're not pointing to the sides or up. I don't know how you point them up. That would be a feat. If your hands stay on the ground, maybe you bring your torso up a little, hands in prayer. Hands out like an airplane. Or hands forward like Superman, super yogi. Ooh. You can always have a bend in the standing leg. Take one more breath. And then the exhale, send those hands down. Drop that back leg. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. Then we're going to rotate the back foot. So the toes are pointing out. Windmill, whoosh, whoosh. The arms up, warrior two. Gazing over your left hand. Take a minute to just set yourself up here. So I have like a little weird angles here. Shoulders, my shoulders are up my ears. I'm going to roll them down. Some people actually keep their elbows bent here. If you want to just try that out, just kind of like, I almost imagine like holding like a giant like spear, whatever, whatever works for you. Take a breath. Feel into the legs pulling together even as they stay apart. One breath in. Exhale, begin to extend. Breath in, rises the torso. Breath out, reverses the warrior. Inhale up. Exhale to settle. Maybe you sink your hips a little deeper, the final moment. All in this one line. Deep breath in, and then exhale. Windmill them back. Send the weight into your hands for a moment. Step the front leg back. Move through your chaturanga. And we in downward facing dog. From here, you can step, hop, or float those feet towards your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Here, bend your knees and just walk the big toes to touching. Maybe your heels can almost touch as well. Generous bend in your knees, send the heart forward. Inhale, sweeping next to your knees. Bend in the knees, chair pose. Look down, maybe you can see your toes. And can you lift the toes off the ground? Lift the chin, lift the heart, send the hips back. Deep breath in. Exhale, come to standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Rise on up. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Nice mountain pose. Take a moment here. Eyes can be open or closed. Just take stock of how you're feeling right now. How that was for you. Wonderful. From here, you're gonna toe, heel, heel, toe, our feet out. If you're facing the front of your mat, your feet are about as wide as the mat. So about as wide as the mat. You're gonna have your toes pointing out, just a little bit beyond your shoulders. And you're gonna have to make some adjustments. Everybody's body's a little different. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, if your knees are comfortable with this deep bend, we're gonna come into our yogi squat. Ooh. Your hips can be high. It can be more like a kind of frog from sort of Alice in Wonderland. Like, I don't know, I'm almost thinking of like a caterpillar, whatever. Your hips can be high, or your hips can be a little lower. You might need to walk those heels in a little bit closer. And if you'd like, you can press those elbows into the inner legs and feel that resistance, sending the heart forward. You'll always have the option to put your hands on the ground. Take a few breaths here. Eyes closed. Try to feel into the full foot. So if you're rolling a lot onto the inner edge of your foot, try to neutralize that a bit. Get the pinky toe involved a little more. Good. And then from here, I'm going to place my hands behind my feet and just very carefully, using my hands to take the tension off my knees, just gently drop the right knee in. Inhale up and drop the left knee in. Inhale up. If this is comfortable for you, take one more round. And then when you're ready, just come to a nice seat. Excellent. I'm going to face the front of my mat again. And from here, we're going to go back into that bound ankle position. So sending that heart forward, upright spine. Take a breath here. Really fill up the front body with air. And exhale to hold. From here, I'm just going to make sure I don't bump into this little table. We're going to do a little bit of rock and roll. So holding onto those ankles as best you can. This is like more fun than anything. You're going to send your body back and come back up. Try to find that lifted posture for a brief second before you round it again. Good. And take a couple rounds of this bound ankle butterfly rock and roll. It's a butterfly rock and roll band. Kind of massaging out the spine as you go. Excellent. Take one more round. And then come back to an upright seated position. From here, we're going to take our hands, bring those knees in, soles of the feet on the ground. So let's take a moment to sit upright. And from here, we're going to do a very similar rock and roll, this time hugging the knees into our body. And when you come to the top, experiment with a little toe hold. So for demonstration purposes, you rock and roll, and then you come onto the balls of your feet, and you try to balance. And just test your balance a little bit in that. It's fun. It takes a while if you're like not used to doing this. My first time I like rolled away. So just have fun, rock and roll. You come into a toe hold, woo, little toe balance. Even if you want to use your hands to get there and then bring one hand up at a time, play around. Let the breath be steady. Take 2 more attempts. It's just kind of goofy fun. All right. Good. And wherever you are, try to finish with a toe balance or work yourself there. And let's just take a moment, sending the heart forward. Balancing. Oh. And when you're ready, send those hands back, plant the hips down on the ground. Extend your legs, give them a little shake. That was a lot on your knees, even if it was only for a couple of moments at a time. Just loosen everything back up. Excellent. Let's send the soles of our feet back onto the ground. Inhale the heart forward. Let it go. We're going to inhale, lift the left foot off the ground. And then the right foot and come into a little bit of a bridge pose. You can have your hands behind your legs to really encourage an uplifted spine. Knees can be bent. In fact, you can even have your toes on the ground. And that really helps to send the heart forward. If you notice, once I get my legs up, my heart kind of goes back, kind of collapses. That's just like something to get stronger at. So you want to start with your feet on the ground to really get the posture engaged and feel really solid, and then lift one foot, and then the other, go for it. You want to release the hands. And a note about your sits bones, you're on the back, you're on like the top part of your glutes. You're not like balancing on that bone if you're feeling that. You're balancing on like the back of your butt muscles. Take a moment. And bring them in. Wonderful. I'm going to face you for this next sequence. You might want to turn because we're going to use the side space a lot here. From here, we're going to have our round ankle pose. And we're going to take our peace fingers, index, middle, and thumb. We're going to reach for our thumb toes, our big toes. Roll back the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, begin to extend the right leg out. It can stay bent, you can stretch it, whatever feels good. And exhale, bring it back in. Don't want to touch my nose after touching my toes. Inhale, left leg extends out. Exhale, bring it in. Play around here. Sending that heart always with that. The lower back isn't collapsing. Heart is lifted. Find a breath pattern that works for you. And that just takes experimenting. So I won't forget what time it is. And here, after you've gone through a couple, feel free to extend one leg and then try to extend the other. They can be bent. Or you can stretch them out. I feel like you're getting a lot of really excellent views right now. Just go wherever feels good. Again, this is balance, so you're constantly fighting, falling to one side. So sending that heart forward, even as your butt wants to roll back. Good, take it one more attempt, wherever you're at. Just take it for a couple more breaths. If you've been balancing this whole time, take maybe 2 more cycles of breath wherever you're at. Send those legs forward. Whew. Extend them long, shake them out. Excellent job. And I'm going to turn back to the long end of my mat. I'm just taking a breath here. And from here, I'm going to hug my knees in. Just give yourself a hug. Let your chin drop between your knees. And then from here, roll on down to the floor, keeping those knees pointed up to the sky. Arms open long. From here, you're going to lift your right leg, cross it over the left. And just let those knees drop to the left side. Gaze can be over the right shoulder. Let everything rinse out with this twist. And then on inhale, send those knees back up, uncross, cross the other leg, and just let them drape to the right side. Oh, I really feel that glute situation. Gaze over the left shoulder. Eyes can always close. Just, it's your experience. Do what you like. And then inhale those knees upright, uncross. Center yourself on your mat. Soles of the feet still on the floor. You're gonna bend your right knee in, and you can reach for the back of your quad here, this hamstring, or you can bring your right fingers to grab the big toe again. I like to hold my hamstring because it's a little sore all the time, and just kick that leg up. It doesn't have to be straight. So again, you can have both hands here. There's a fly. It's driving me all bananas. Or you can have your right hand reaching for right big toe. Some people actually just like to use their whole hand. Well, you understand where we're going here, so just find what hold works for you. If you have a strap, I need to start using a strap because I have very tight leg muscles. That would be great. So if you're like not reaching your leg, but you want to stretch it out to get a little more stretch in the back leg muscles, hook a strap or a towel over that foot and hold onto the sides of it. You'll really feel it in that leg. Take one more breath here. I'm gonna roll over a little bit. On your next exhale, drop that heel towards the left side. Again, your leg can be bent or straight, trying to ground through the left hips as much as possible. Inhale to bring it back up to center. Exhale, extend the lower leg slowly. Inhale, hold. And then exhale, release the fingers. Arm drops to the right side and just let that foot fall to the left fingers. Excellent. And then inhale, if you can lift it all the way back up, go for it. Exhale, bend that knee. Give it a little hug. Maybe bring a couple little circles in, right and left. Just to say, like, well done. Good show. And then extend it long. Shake both legs out. And bend them both one more time, planting the soles of the feet on the ground. Inhale, bending hugging the left foot in. You can either reach back of your leg, left peace fingers come over to left big toe, whatever works for you. Extend it. You still get a really deep stretch if your knee is bent, so just do whatever feels good in your body. Take a couple breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, I'm extending my right arm for some balance. Let the left foot drop towards the left side of the room. Knee again can be bent. You're just trying to kind of ground through the left hip a little bit more so you don't completely roll over onto that left side. Inhale, come on back up. Exhale, lower the right leg. Release the left hand. Create some space. One breath in, and then exhale, drop the the left toes towards the right hand. Get this stretch up the IT band, the outer thigh. Even the calf might feel stretchy here. And then inhale that leg back up. Hug that knee into your chest. Give it a couple little circles. Good job. And then extend that leg long. Come back to my mat. From here, using your arms as support, send that body upright. Inhale long at the top. Exhale, forward fold. You can always bend your knees, reach underneath your legs. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And hover here for a couple more moments. Roll on up. We're going to bring the sole of our right foot in towards our left thigh. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right arm is reaching the outer edge of the left foot. So you're kind of crossing over for that foot. Send that heart forward. And release on an exhale. Release your heart towards the leg on an exhale. Take a couple moments here. And then release the hand. Come on back. Extend the right leg. Pull in the left leg. Inhale, left arm up. Crossing over, so left hand reaches outer edge of right foot. Inhale, send that heart forward. Knees can always be bent. Exhale, round down. We slow down that breath just like we do in the beginning of practice. And just kind of surrender into the posture. We're only here for a couple of moments. What can you get out of it? And then release that hand, roll on back up. Come back to my mat. Here you can take any yoga posture that you like. A lot of people like shoulder stance, your handstands in your practice. There's something we just didn't get to. Take the time now. I'm going to go into a shoulder stance. Take maybe 3 more cycles of breath in whatever you've decided to take here. Maybe it's just a child's pose. Maybe you've already drifted in your Shavasana and you're like, I'm great. Just carefully shifting out of wherever you are. Begin to extend the legs long. Maybe you want to reach the arms past your ears for a final stretch. And on the exhale, just let everything go. Let the legs flop open. Arms just loose by your sides, palms up or palms down, however they fall. Maybe gently drop your nose to one shoulder and then the other, so slowly, almost hypnotically. Just sending a little signal to your body that you are smoothly transitioning into a little bit of stillness. And then bring your nose to point back up towards the sky. Maybe your eyes at this point want to close. And with the closing of your eyes, can you release your jaw muscles and the muscles in your shoulders and trapezius muscles, your neck, even the muscles around your heart and that space where your heart lives. Can you relax the chest? And are you holding in your belly? Can you let that also release? Just take a moment to have a moment. Not really doing anything at all. Not judging. Not criticizing. Not complimenting, just suspended. Try this for a couple more moments. Feeling almost as if you are becoming somewhat weightless. Let's take a concluding breath in our Shavasana together. And release fully. Here, you can stay, of course, in this state as long as you are able. Otherwise, bring some small movements back into your body, your toes and fingers. And from here, we're going to cross our legs. And just like we did earlier, begin to kind of rock and roll yourself back up. Take a moment at the top to let the blood come back to your heart center. Maybe you see some spots behind closed eyelids. And then just come back to a comfortable seated position. Hands at your heart. Inhale deeply. And exhale. I want to thank you so much for this practice today. I thought it was excellent to practice with you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Let's send our hands to our foreheads and then exhale to bow forward. If your eyes were closed, they can begin to open now. Ooh, wow, the room got so bright. I feel like I'm gonna have to adjust the lighting on this video. So thank you so much everybody for this practice. I hope you feel more balanced and a little more smooth in your day, even with just every step you take once you stand up off your mat. And I hope that I will see you all on Thursday, or hopefully before then. Bye, everyone.